What up, my hoe? I don't think people are gonna watch this. What up, my hoe? Okay. I swear to God, it's not that hard. You need like 2 things. 3 things. Maybe. No, you need 3 things. Okay, yeah. You need 3 things. Fuck, man. I'm just trying to procrastinate doing all of the homework that I haven't done for like the past week. Anyway. All you need like some tweezers. You need some sort of makeup something that's like a dark color. You can get an eyebrow pencil if you have one, or you can just use some like liquid eyeliner or a pencil liner. It really does not matter. You just need something because you need to demarcate. And a spoolie. You need a spoolie. Which I have. If you don't really have a spoolie, if you have like an old mascara, you can like wipe off the excess mascara on the little wand and you can just use that. That's fine. Listen. We are in a crisis, but we want to keep up our brows, okay? That's it. We don't need to have any sort of crazy, like, specific items. Whatever you got is fine, okay? And you can make it work. Okay, so, first things first. You're gonna look at your brows. I semi-recently did them, but, like, we didn't really do them, like, super cleanly because I don't give a fuck. So I have a couple of hairs that are out of place. Like here, you can see that. It's like at the end of my brow. There's some stuff on the top, some stuff over here at the bottom, some stuff here at the bottom. Yeah, it's not a lot, but whether or not you have a lot doesn't really matter, okay? If you do have a lot and you are using a tweezer and you're like, that's gonna hurt, you can do this in like you can do this like incrementally, okay? You can do this over like a couple of days or something. Whatever works for you. All that matters is at the end of the day, when we're out of this whole situation and business is open, you don't go back to your threading or waxing place with like the worst brows and like they have to spend 20 minutes on them, okay? A little bit of brow upkeep, that's it. So Rotti's barking. He loves to bark exactly when I'm doing something like sleeping. Okay, so first things first, what we're gonna do is look at our brows, right? Okay, kind of see like a general area of like where things are. Then you're gonna take your eyeliner, your eyebrow pencil, your whatever the fuck you have. Honestly, you could probably even use a Sharpie. Shh. You could even use a Sharpie. I don't give a fuck. It'll come off your face. All you're gonna do then is sort of put a line and make it like a thick line. Make it like a dark, thick line of where and like where you want your brows to be. So I want mine to kind of be like this. And then they go up like that a little bit. And they go down. Boom. And do it for the top too. And you're not gonna like outline this kind of like how you're filling in your brows if it's more of just like you know, you're going in kind of hard. Okay, that's what you're doing. Okay, so we have that done. Oh, if you have, you can do also in the front here. Okay, doesn't have to be super precise, because again, it's just more of like a guesstimation of where you want your brow, how thick you want your brow, and what kind of shape you want your brow to have. So it doesn't have to be precise, but just a little bit enough so that you can get like a general area of where you want to pluck and where you do not want to pluck, because the one thing we're going to avoid doing is over plucking. Yes. Okay, so you have this crazy mess. So you're going to take your tweezers and you are going to go through and pick out any little hairs, any hairs that where it's like you're the root of the hair is outside. So if there's some hair that's outside of it, but it's not like the bottom of the follicle is like not in the area, you don't have to pluck those. Mainly just focus on the ones where you see the follicle outside of the area. So, for example, I have some hairs that, like here, those hairs are outside of the lines, but the follicle is in the line, so I'm not going to pluck the top ones right there. But I will pluck these tiny ones. Oh my god. There's tiny ones kind of in this area. So that's what I'm going to pluck. You need a mirror. Go in super close, doesn't matter, and just slowly pluck. You can go one at a time. Oh my god. Shorty, please. Okay, here. So the tails of my brows are always the ones that end up really messy. So if you can see, there's like a lot of kind of like extraness that I didn't put in my little outline area. So I'm gonna only pluck a little bit, not a lot. Wherever it's like I can see the follicle, that's where I'll do it. So here, this one, you can see that the follicle is outside of that area. Pluck that. This one here, the follicle is in the thing, so I'm gonna leave that. Okay, so as I said, I semi-recently did them, so I don't have a lot, but you just kind of do that again. Very cursory, very sort of like just, so whatever comes outwardly at you as like, okay, that's not right, that's not where I want it to be. Okay, next comes, you first need to wipe this off. After you kind of finish your cursory thing, you just wipe it off. I don't have anything to wipe it off. So I'm just gonna move on to this brow. Okay, cool. Okay, so the reason why I said that if there are pieces like here that don't fit inside your little area, you don't pluck them, is because if you pluck those, then it's gonna make that area inside be really thin, and you're gonna end up over plucking. But what you can do is you can trim them. Did I mention that you needed scissors? You need scissors, not like regular scissors. Although, again, these are trying times. Get whatever you can. what you're gonna do is you're gonna brush all of your eyebrow hairs up. This boy is testing. Dear God. Dear God. Okay, you brush them up and out. Up. For the front of your brow, brush up. Please, God, ignore Roti screaming his head off. Okay, so you can see that in the front there, because I brushed them up, there are a couple of hairs that are longer than the rest of my brow. That is where you will trim. Trim. Okay, you're very lightly just going to trim over that little area. The reason why I said don't use like big regular scissors is because having the big regular scissors can end up blocking where you're like trying to cut, and then you can end up cutting somewhere, or you know, not being able to see where you're cutting, and then you can cut way more than you intended to, or hurt yourself. That's also a thing. So hold on, I'm back. I let Roti outside, and then he didn't go outside. Did I say you could come in? Will you be a good boy? No, you will not be a good boy. You will not be a good boy. So, you are not going to be here. Go scooch your butt. Scooch. Scooch your booty. Scooch your booty. Scooch your booty. Don't be cute. You can't be cute. I have to finish something. Don't be cute. I have to finish something. Goodbye. Okay. Okay. Back to what I was saying. You brush up your brows. Whatever little bit, when you brush them up, is too long, you can cut those. These are like eyebrow scissors. You can get any sort of like small scissors. I'll even do it on this brow now. So, as you can see, when I brush up, there's a lot of hairs that are way above that area. So, you take these, and you are going to just cut those, okay? Those are my little eyebrow hairs that I just cut. And now, when I brush them up, look at that. Wow. All the hairs are staying within that area. Again, if you have a lot of areas where you have to pluck individually, and if you're not used to plucking because you always do threading or something, and you're just not used to the feeling of it, you can do this incrementally over a couple of days and stuff. You don't have to do this like all in one go. But yeah, and that's just what you do. After that, you just wipe off all the extra shit that you just put in your brows, and like you done. And then you only have to do it like, I don't know, like once you feel like it's getting bad. Like, you don't have to do it like every day. This could be something like after you kind of finish up your whole brow. This could be something that you do like once every like I mean, brow upkeep is like once every 2 weeks or something. You know, it's not super often that you have to do this. So yeah, that was my tutorial on like brow upkeep during this horrifying time. Bye, beach.